Hey y'all, this is Marley K. Hope y'all are well and warm. I want to share this quick story with you. It came out a few days ago, but it ties into the censorship that is coming. If y'all haven't heard or seen any of the videos where people are talking about in some of these larger cities, that people are presenting at the hospitals with very different symptoms from previous illnesses we've experienced over the last 3.5 years. So, um, this coincides with this WEF meeting that they had this week. And, they talked about the number one thing that is a threat to elections is medical misinformation and disinformation. And if you remember the pattern, the same thing led up to the election of 2020. So we are in that same type of cycle. So I need y'all to be very aware of what you see and what you hear, and what you say online, because a lot of these social media platforms have changed their policies so that if you are caught sharing misinformation or disinformation or saying something that is contrary to the national or global message that they want spread, you could be fined a whole lot of money. So this platform sent out, they revised their um, policies, or whatever you want to call them, rules. And so you can look for a lot of the persons that we follow over the last couple of years to basically be gone. Their information will be wiped out. We won't be able to um, have access to that information anymore. So if there are things that you like that you needed to know, so that you won't forget, I recommend you download those things now. As far as I'm concerned, I won't be able to talk to you about a whole host of things related to the technologies used in some of the solutions. I'm having to talk in code, so y'all catch what I'm throwing. We won't be able to talk about any illnesses, specifically, and you can count on a lot more censorship, just like it was during the 2019-2020 national election season. So I'm going to share this article with you, and then please, please, please follow me on Rumble and Odyssey. Rumble is not as user friendly as YouTube, but if there are things that I need to talk about with my people, I'm not going to be able to talk to you on YouTube. So if you love YouTube and you don't want to go to another platform, it's highly likely that you're not going to get everything that you need, because this platform, just like, X, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, all these things are controlled or were created by Uncle Sam. Just put it out there. They funded it. If they didn't fund it, they make arrangements or deals with these people who create these platforms so that they are able to gain financially, um, in exchange for access. And if you remember the Twitter files that were released, you got a taste of how these platforms work. And so, same thing's getting ready to start happening. It's already happening because it's happening to me now. So, follow me on Rumble, follow me on Odyssey. I probably won't post much on Facebook and Instagram. If it has, if I need you to come someplace, I will post that. But even that, they shadow ban me. I'm shadow banned. I've been shadow banned for a couple of years now. And no matter what I do, where I go, I just seem to have a tag where I just can't break through anymore. So I know that the powers that be work to suppress certain voices and those who are attempting to share truth or question what is supposed to be our reality. If you are a independent thinker, if you're a free thinker, if you're a realist, if you are a person who believes in and seeks truth, these are going to be some very dangerous times for us. And I think it's just going to be a very brief window before the internet goes down completely, because I think people are waking up, and even though there are a lot of people speaking out, there are more people who are asleep or refusing to acknowledge what is happening. And they don't want to awaken the sleeping. And they're going to do whatever they got to do to keep those folks asleep. And so if you are awakened, bless you, you're fortunate. But this is also a very dangerous time for those of us who are awakened. It's a dangerous time for those who are asleep too, but they on their own. If you couldn't wake them up over the last 3 years, you ain't getting ready to wake them up now. What is going to wake up some people will be getting sick, not having food, not being prepared because the lights are out and it's cold, being stuck in your car in the middle of a storm or being washed away. So that's where we are. And I need y'all to really understand that these are going to be some dangerous times for us, no matter where you are on the globe. We are all in danger. We got obstacles seen and unseen. And so we just need to be very aware of the times that we're living in. So according to the WEF, they said disinformation is the number one threat as elections approach. This article came out on January 15th, 2024. And it says the World Economic Forum released its annual global risk report in January. Misinformation and disinformation were ranked as the most severe anticipated over the next 2 years. Specifically, the report details the potential for bad actors around the world to exacerbate political and social divides. So, according to them, I could be considered a bad actor because I could be contributing to political and social divides for telling the truth. The WEF presented this threat as both a distinct risk and one that is interconnected with the also rising threat of polarization that they created. So you see how they create the problems and then they blame us for them? This is gaslighting at its finest. This is how, I always say we're in a domestic violence relationship with an abuser who has control over all the resources and everything. We don't have a voice. We don't have no resources. We have no recourse. Everything they say, people will believe them, or people will go along with them because they're afraid of them. And so you're basically on an island on your own. That's where we are in the natural. In the spiritual, we know we have somebody fighting for us, but we just have to sit back and wait. And we also have to be aware and be aware of all the enemy's devices so that we are not caught off guard and harmed by any of them. And even if we are harmed accidentally, at least we know the truth. According to the WEF report, almost 3 billion people will go to the polls in dozens of countries over the next 2 years, and the widespread use of misinformation and disinformation and tools to disseminate it may undermine the legitimacy of newly elected governments. Well, it don't matter if we have newly elected governments, because we right now are living under a one government rule, which will totally just null any sovereignty that the individual nations have, because they've all given their powers to the beast already. The report warns of violent protests, hate crimes, and terrorism as possible results of a rise in false information. Now, when you talk about hate crimes, y'all know they talking about us, right? Violent protests, y'all know they talking about us. And they talking about the snow people, because they're going to be mad because their way of life is about to change forever. They're not going to be in rulership anymore. They're going to be slaves like us. And so they're not going to take that kindly and take that lightly, and they're going to push back. So this is what they're preparing us for. In the United States, the kinds of disinformation that would wreak such havoc are already in circulation and familiar to most Americans, from AI generated images of the war in Gaza. Now, who created AI? That's all I'm gonna say. Who created it? We didn't create it, and we don't, so it's like you're gonna create the stuff, create the problems, and then tell us the problems are out there, but they don't act like they accept any responsibility for them. Not only that, they're still pushing it out there. So it's going to be a problem. It's just dumb. To rampant disinformation on COVID-19, which, I was telling you, you can't talk about it. You couldn't talk about it then. You're getting ready to not be able to talk about that or anything else, which the Journal of Missouri State Medical Association has identified as a danger. The New York Times recently reported on how TikTok is suddenly swarming the deepfake audio featuring false recordings of everyone from former President Obama to singer Taylor Swift. I'm going to tell you what I have seen a lot of. I've seen a lot of those ads to sign up for universal basic income on YouTube using everybody's voice. Joe Rogan, um, just whoever, anybody that's popular, Andrew Tate, and they don't care. They'll have a bunch of pictures of these people pretending to talk and like, you're stupid if you don't get your $6,400 in free benefits. Sign up here, especially on the phone. So you gotta understand what we are dealing with. So it says it's a volatile moment for the rise of artificial intelligence and the supremacy of social media to collide with heightened global conflict and national elections. Around the world, at least 83 elections are expected to take place in the coming year. Like, who's keeping up with all that? And why? If you don't have a plan. According to Anchor Change's election cycle tracker. The highest number, I bet you if you go there, you'll see who funded it, and it's a wrap. These people are so predictable, y'all. All you gotta do is follow the money. The highest number of elections that are expected in any given year for at least another 24 years. Not all disinformation is created with politics in mind, but falsehoods need to be specifically about a candidate. But falsehoods need not be specifically about a candidate, a war, or political party to have an impact on elections and democracy. A December poll from KFF found that at least a quarter of U.S. adults are uncertain about the accuracy of information they see about the Middle East conflict, the presidential election, and COVID-19. And notice they're focusing on the U.S., not other countries. And this is why I tell you, you need to go outside of the country to get your news. Use other sources because our sources ain't right. In other words, they are unsure of whether or not they can trust anything they see in the news. Heck no, can't hardly trust nothing. With skepticism and critical reading, while skepticism and critical reading are essential skills for literate consumers of news. Listen, they're telling you the same thing I've been telling you. Skepticism and critical reading are essential skills for literate consumers of news. A broad and undiscriminating lack of trust can have the inverse effect, but only on those folks who are not critically and who don't have good reading skills and comprehension skills. So this line right here to me was very telling, but it says a lot about the American people. According to a 2015 study published in the American Journal of Political Science, low trust in institutions correlated with the willingness to endorse political conspiracy theories. Get out of here. Low trust in elections in particular is correlated with lower voter turnout, according to a December 2022 study from the UC San Diego Yankelovich Center for Social Research. That's name just says it all. And per a February 2022 study in the journal Current Opinion in Psychology, suspicion and distrust also corrode personal relationships, exacerbating polarization. And that's what we saw during the last big event over the last 3 years. So it says it's a vicious cycle, wrote somebody from the Institute of Commonwealth Studies at the University of London. Fake news inevitably generates mistrust and undermines the effort. Look who the hell putting out the fake news. The news people. Whew. Anywho, fake news inevitably generates mistrust and undermines the efforts of the reputable global media. I'm finna stop right now. This is him a bunch of poo. Anyway, y'all see what's going on. I just need to be silenced. If you are awakened, prepare to be ostracized by your family and friends. These last 3 years have prepared most of us to be alone by ourselves, isolated, shunned, excluded. And so you can continue the same process. If that's what keeps you safe, then you got to do what you got to do to stay safe. Um, you don't have that many people who are awakened and aware. You can't talk to folks about certain things. It's getting ready to be the same thing, except for times 10 now, because folks are going to be scared and unprepared for what's coming. If you have people in your circle that you can talk to, try to connect with them more frequently. And I'm going to just be real honest with you. You really need to become acclimated with leaving your technologies at home. If you have phones and you're going to talk to somebody, maybe leave them in your car so you can have a private conversation and not have your phones listen to everything that you say, because now those things, those technologies can listen and report back on you. Certain phone companies are not allowing you to share certain images and text on your own phone that you pay the bill for every month. I've seen certain people on YouTube talk about when they try to share stuff from other places, their phone will not allow them to send images or send the actual text. So if you are Black people, we're going to have to go back to the ways that we used to talk during slavery. And y'all remember when we created our own language like Snoop Dogg them did back in the day? You're going to have to be really creative to fool these artificial technologies and these technical devices that we've saddled ourselves with, so that whatever we're planning and whatever we're talking about won't be overheard. I really want y'all to take this seriously, because they're talking about some serious stuff, and I'm going to read over some of the policies for disinformation and misinformation for some of the platforms that I know Black people like to use, so that you will be aware of what is coming down the pipe. And I'm trying to do some research and get it out before the end of the month, before February 1st, because I need you to understand we are under attack. We don't have any liberties anymore. We don't have any freedoms anymore. We are already enslaved. I saw on Twitter that they're going to be shadow banning certain accounts, because Twitter is supposed to be free, or X. But as you can see, Elon Musk hired somebody that came from the national media to be the CEO of his organization. And this person is a huge um, globalist, attends the WEFT conferences. I'll just say that. Um, it's getting difficult to talk on YouTube, period. And so I know, again, some of y'all love this platform, but this platform is the police. Facebook is the police. Twitter is the police. All of these platforms have back doors. All of our information, IP addresses, everything you like, whatever, is known. And so when they get ready to take us down, they're going to take us down. They're going to take our content down. They could fine us. So we have to be very careful about what we say going forward. I anticipate some of my old videos will be taken down. But after February, I will not be able to talk to you about a lot of different things that could be considered disinformation or misinformation. As you can see, it has to do with medical stuff and politics. And when they talk about polarization, if you are pro-black, then they're going to consider that as extremist. And so we're the only people that can be for our people. Everybody can ride for their group except for us. So we're going to be targeted. I'm already targeted. I've been targeted for the last 4 years. So I'm accustomed to it. But I don't have no time to be getting fined by these folks for some bull crap because they don't want you to tell the truth. So, these are dangerous times for us. Anybody who's a truth teller. It doesn't matter if you're talking about, um, religious stuff or the Torah or just reality, real time news, present truth. We're all in danger. You're in danger if you like something. You're in danger if you look at something. You're in danger if you discuss something online. You could even be in danger by sharing a link or a text or a screenshot of a picture. That's where we are. And so I just want to warn y'all what's coming, especially my people, because we are under attack. Understand, everything that is happening today is about us. Jacob, Yasharel, scatter tribes. They trying to keep this secret. This is the final thing. The rule is coming to an end, and we getting ready to be out of here. But it won't be before some of us are lost. It's only going to be a remnant. So if there's going to be a remnant, that means a whole lot of people are going to be caught up. And I need y'all to understand, it's getting ready to go down. A lot of stuff is going to happen this year. I've been telling you, I've been prepping you. I hope you've been listening, but continue to prep, continue to pray, continue to seek our Father, the Creator, so that He can get us out of this mess. Stay aware of what's happening. Don't take anything for granted. And don't be afraid to throw this technology away because when this stuff is all said and done, I don't care nothing about no computer. I don't care nothing about a cell phone. I'm completely content with going back to the way things used to be when we don't have it. I'll burn everything I got. I don't care. That's just where I am. But I know a lot of people are not there, and having that attitude it almost makes you like a mental patient because people will say, "Oh, you're afraid of technology." No, they're already telling us what they're gonna do. If you don't go along with the program, you're gonna be labeled, and then that's gonna mess with your mental health. So um, protect your mental health at all costs. You are not crazy. You are not a conspiracy theorist. The conspiracies are happening. There ain't no theories. We've been watching it unfold. We are just awakened, and a lot of people are asleep. So stay awake, stay awakened, stay woke. Try to awaken folks. But if you can't, dust your feet off and keep pushing. This game right now is going to be the survival of the smartest, survival of those who are skeptical of all things, and survival of those who are always seeking truth. If as long as you're seeking truth, you are going to be okay. But if you are comfortable with lies, you're comfortable with debauchery, abomination, and the sinful nature of most man, especially this country, you're going down. So you're going to have a new attitude. But we'll talk about that save that for another day. I'm going to try to do a live sometime by the end of the month so that I can do a longer show because there's so much stuff that I need to share with y'all. But between working and doing research and just all the things that are coming, things are happening so fast. It's very difficult to push all this stuff out. Sometimes it's just easier to just go live and talk about something and shut down. But our time is limited. That's what I want to say. So make sure you follow me on Rumble and Odyssey. I don't know when I'm going to not be on this platform, but I'm anticipating I'm not going to be here because I ain't going to stop telling the truth. And right now, it's no time to be a coward. There's no place in the kingdom for cowards. So if you're a coward, you might as well just go ahead and believe what everybody else believe and take the solutions and go to the FEMA camps and whatever else they offer you, because you're going to have to answer for being a coward. I don't necessarily want to have to answer for that. And I might have to answer for some stuff. I know I'm going to have to answer for some stuff, but it won't be because I've been a coward. That is for sure. All right, y'all. This is Marley K. Please like this video, share it, and subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell notification so that you'll be notified each and every time I upload new content. Make certain you follow me on Rumble. Rumble is a platform that is freer than YouTube. I don't know for how long, but it's freer. Not as user-friendly as YouTube, but it's freer. And all of my old content, if this channel is taken down, it is backed up on Odyssey, and it is also on Rumble. So if there are any videos that you feel like you want to share or whatever, share them indiscriminately until February. I don't know what's going to happen after that. You might be shadow banned yourself for sharing something. Hopefully, you keep prepping, keep praying, keep seeking the Most High. Repent for your sins daily, sins of commission and sins of omission. Keep the Sabbath. Learn how to keep the Sabbath. Get back into the Old Testament, because if you're Israel, true Israel, there are things that we're supposed to be doing, and we need to be learning how to do those things so that whenever we are delivered from this evil and we go into the new kingdom, it will not be so difficult for us to transition. We've been living in Babylon for so long that, most of us can't hardly think. It's just hard to think when you're under duress and living in captivity. But our deliverance is coming. So just keep up the good fight, family. Keep up the good fight. Gentiles, y'all got work to do, more work than us. You got to let go of Babylon too. But we definitely are in for a ride, people. So just keep your head up, keep your heart right. Let your words, thoughts, and actions align as best you can. But when they don't and you fall, get up, dust yourself off, and keep going. Lastly, be careful out here on these social media streets, because they're gunning for us big time. All right, y'all. This